Reports are coming in that the SEC is about to drop the Ripple lawsuit. This is very big for XRP. I'll give you the details. And Binance gets a $2 billion investment from a sovereign wealth fund, and it was all paid in stablecoins. And Rumble, the video platform, has bought $17 billion in Bitcoin to form their Bitcoin Treasury Reserve strategy. I'll give you the details there. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got some very interesting reports coming out about the SEC Ripple case. We know this thing is going to be dropped, and everyone has been asking when, because the SEC has been dropping cases left and right against Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, you name it. They've gone down the list. But the big case that's still outstanding is the Ripple case. And this case getting wrapped up would be very beneficial to not just XRP, but the entire crypto market. It would be the outstanding lingering item from the Jay Clayton and then Gary Gensler regime at the SEC, and it would give more clarity to XRP and the ability for an XRP ETF to be approved. So Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business said, two well-placed sources tell me that the SEC versus Ripple case is in the process of wrapping up and could be over soon. My understanding is that the delay in reaching an agreement is due to Ripple's legal team negotiating more favorable terms regarding the August district court ruling, which imposed a $125 million fine on the company and included a permanent injunction preventing the company from selling XRP to institutional investors. The argument, I'm told, is that if the new SEC leadership is wiping the enforcement slate clean for all previously targeted crypto firms because it believes regulatory clarity will resolve the underlying issue, why should Ripple still be penalized? Accepting the talking about Judge Torres's ruling as it stands would mean that Ripple is essentially agreeing to admit to wrongdoing, but now the SEC itself is seemingly unsure whether any wrongdoing occurred. There's no real playbook for this kind of thing, which could explain why the case is taking longer to resolve than the rest. Stay tuned. So this absolutely makes sense. And I'm sure Ripple is at the negotiating table saying, hey, roll back some of these things despite what Judge Torres ruled, because the SEC views these things very differently. And I don't blame Ripple for doing this. I think it makes sense because they're going to try to get as much out of this as possible. But as Eleanor said, there's no playbook for this. This is all new ground. And, could the SEC be waiting for Paul Atkins, the chair, to come in, which I'm told by many people in DC that he's going to be confirmed this month? It's possible. We saw they delayed all the altcoin ETFs, not just the XRP ETF, and they could be holding off and not trying to pick winners, because if they don't have this Ripple case wrapped up or dropped or whatever it is, it will absolutely delay the XRP ETF because this litigation is still ongoing. So I think some sort of resolution is around the corner. Whether it happens before Paul Atkins gets into office or not, we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully sooner than later, folks, as the market finds its bottom and starts to move. Ideally, I've said before, I think when the market starts to move and we're pumping a bit and we're showing strength on the charts, that will be a good time for this news to break that the case is done and behind us, because it would just add to the bullish momentum, if you get what I'm saying. But if it happens while the market is still in a corrective phase, it's not going to do anything to the price. So I'm okay with this decision not coming now, if you get what I'm saying, because I understand the market cycles are important. We would rather have this news in a much more favorable position on the charts, if you get my drift there. So guys, let's see what happens. I'm sure we're going to hear something soon, but we got to be patient here. Now, some interesting news coming out from RWA.xyz, which essentially tracks tokenization of real-world assets across different chains. They have integrated the XRP ledger. So they tweeted out, new integration, XRP ledger now live. We're excited to announce support for the XRP Ledger, a layer 1 blockchain built for financial and institutional applications. In collaboration with Ripple, users can now view XRPL, RWAs, and RLUSD data on our dashboard. This is great because obviously Ripple has a stablecoin now, RLUSD, but there's also a lot of tokenization happening on the institutional level. So this is really great and we can track adoption better. So really, really great news here. Now, guys, huge news for Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. So CZ tweeted out today, MGX, an Abu Dhabi sovereign wealth fund, has invested $2 billion in Binance for a minority stake. That's a lot of money for a minority stake. The transaction will be 100% in crypto stablecoins, marking it as the largest investment transaction done in crypto to date. He says this is also the first institutional investment Binance has taken. Onwards build. Folks, a lot to unpack here. One, sovereign wealth funds are not playing around. We saw that many of them have been buying Bitcoin ETFs, and many are talking to different crypto funds around the globe to start investing. So a ton of money is going to be coming in. Two, wow, $2 billion into Binance. They're not playing around here. I mean, and it's not like they got a major stake. They got a minority stake, but they recognize what's coming. And three, Binance, I think, is taking this money, after kind of the legal issues they face and they had to pay massive fines. But not only that, I think they see competition heating up because regulations are coming into place, which is going to bring in new exchanges, not to mention TradFi. The banks have the clarity here in the United States, even in the EU, right? You got the MiCA regulations. So more of the TradFi institutions can jump in now and they're going to compete. And many of them have big brands, big customer bases, lots of resources and capital. So they can hit the ground running. I'm not saying they're going to overtake Binance tomorrow or next year, but the shackles are off and they can start competing. So Binance, I think, recognizes, okay, we need to ramp up efforts. Let's take this money and start building like never before. The folks at Coinbase are looking to do the same thing. So guys, competition is good and it's healthy and it's good for the consumer. And I love what's happening. This is all very bullish. And man, these sovereign wealth funds, they're ready to deploy capital into crypto in many different ways, whether it be the tokens, the token projects, or the companies building the infrastructure like an exchange. Now check this news out. Rumble announces purchases of $17.1 million in Bitcoin in accordance with their previously announced Bitcoin treasury strategy. Here's a quote. The company has added approximately 188 Bitcoin to its treasury at an average price of approximately $91,000 per coin. So this has Michael Saylor's fingerprints all over it. If you recall, he's been talking to different companies. And as I've been saying, more companies are going to do this, guys. They are going to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet and eventually altcoins. But it will start with Bitcoin. And now with the United States forming the Bitcoin Reserve, and different states within the U.S. trying to do the same of forming their own local Bitcoin Reserve, the green light has been given from the state. So expect more companies to do this, guys. And they're trying to protect their cash and purchasing power and even grow it because inflation, debasement of currency will continue. This is the fiat currency system we live in. And this is why we position ourselves in assets. We don't put our money under our mattress. We don't put all of it in our bank account. We need to have some in our bank account, obviously, but we got to put a good amount of it into assets, crypto, the stock market, real estate. Now, as billionaire Paul Tudor Jones said, Bitcoin and crypto are the fastest horse in the race. So this is why the opportunity in crypto is so amazing. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So really great to see companies are doing this. Now, globally, we are seeing the embrace of crypto. Here today, we got a report that the Bank of Russia will allow Bitcoin and crypto buying for limited investors. Guys, I hope you see what's happening. War or no war or this narrative and that narrative and whatever distraction. Look at what they're doing, right? It's incredible. And it's, as I've been saying, guys, they all have to get on board and the economy and markets will all run on blockchain. This is the future. If you don't recognize it, you need to do more reading and research and see what's happening. Go look at what the central banks are doing in different banks globally and governments. Roads point to this technology, which sits on top of the internet, and it's moving in parallel with AI and robotics. And the economy and the world is going to look very different, guys, in just 20 years. And we've seen this with technology. Disruptive technology always wins. Go back to the tractor and farm and electricity and the light bulb and the combustion engine, right? I don't need to say anymore. You guys know about the industrial revolutions, and we're living in the fourth industrial revolution, guys. It's incredible. All right, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy. Propy is bringing real estate on chain. Guys, this company is leading the charge with tokenizing real estate in different aspects. They're putting like titles and deeds and much more, and they're using blockchain technology to allow you to easily buy and sell your properties, and you can do it with crypto. So if you want to sell your property for XRP or Bitcoin or whatever, you can do that. So this is amazing. We've talked about tokenization and how everything's going to be on chain, contracts, and much more. Propy is doing it for the real estate industry. It's amazing. And I've been a Propy token holder for many years. I found out about them in 2018, and I'm like, okay, I don't see anyone else positioning themselves for the real estate market. I see Propy as, and I bought up some tokens because I saw the potential. So they're a licensed Web3 pioneer. They've been operating since 2017. They have facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. So they're putting title and escrow and deeds and all these things on chain. And for their crypto escrow service, they're using Coinbase. And guys, they have a great promotion going on where you can earn free Propy tokens, like sharing of their vision videos, signing up and inviting a friend. So check it out. You can earn some free Propy tokens. And like I said, I'm a Propy token holder. I have been for many years. And check this out. Propy Keys has officially surpassed 300,000 minted home addresses on Base. So they launched this NFT program where you can mint addresses, and they're doing it on Base, which is Coinbase's layer 2 for Ethereum. So amazing stuff, guys. So if you'd like to learn more, visit propy.com. Links will be in the description. All right, guys, yesterday I told you all about Franklin Templeton filing for an XRP spot ETF. Well, they have filed for a Solana ETF as well. So you see the race is on for these altcoin ETFs. And as I said in yesterday's podcast, if Franklin Templeton is doing, they have trillions of assets under management. BlackRock is right behind. Larry Fink is not going to get beat to these things, right? So you see the amount of capital BlackRock's Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF has been gaining, right? It's more than all the other players. So like I said, Larry Fink is not going to sit around on his hands. He's going to get something going here. But guys, huge news. Wall Street wants these assets. Now, Block Tower's venture unit spins out as Strobe Venture, plans $100 million fund too. So launching with $235 million of assets under management, and they plan to raise $100 million for the second round. Incredible amount of money. Guess where it's going? Into crypto. Strobe Ventures will double down on early stage crypto investments with a high conviction strategy. Guys, you are seeing new funds being launched, whether it be VCs or hedge funds, and they're dedicated to crypto. And even the TradFi hedge funds, which existed before crypto, they are now spinning off like arms of their business that is dedicated to crypto. And they're raising insane amounts of money, guys. I saw this in Web 2, I saw it in Web 1, and it's here in Web 3. I hope you're recognizing what's happening. I hope you're not blinded by the price volatility. These things happen in the market. This market is volatile, but it's actually to your benefit because you can dollar cost average, and it's like a pendulum. Yes, it swings low, but man, when it swings high, it's high, right? Nothing gives you return like crypto. That's why Paul Tudor Jones said it's the fastest horse in the race among all assets. So incredible what's taking place. Now, tokenization firm Securitize taps Redstone as first oracle for on-chain funds from Apollo, BlackRock, and others. Many of you know Securitize is the firm that helped BlackRock to launch its tokenization of the money market fund and things like that. They're working with many big firms around the industry, but to help BlackRock to launch tokenization, that's amazing. And I interviewed the CEO of Securitize, Carlos Domingo, and they're doing some amazing things. So, Securitize is integrating its first oracle, which would make it easier to bridge the on chain fund it issues for institutions like Apollo, BlackRock, Hamilton Lane, and KKR into DeFi. Redstone offers a modular omni chain architecture that makes it easier to launch onto new blockchains. So you see how the infrastructure is being built here. These guys are building out massive infrastructure for institutional investors. And look at the names that are mentioned, guys. These are not crypto companies. These are TradFi giants, Apollo, BlackRock, Hamilton Lane. Go research them. Go look at their Wikipedia page and their website. And you'll see they've been around for a long time doing investments. And now they're here building with crypto, guys. It's amazing what is taking place. Huge news. Now, speaking of a TradFi or legacy name who's in building in crypto, Sony, yes, the electronics maker. You probably owned a Sony electronic device at some point in your life. Sony's Sonieum blockchain collaborates with Line on-chain mini apps. So Sony launched their own blockchain. Pretty amazing, right? And they continue to expand. So Sonieum went live on mainnet in January, and Line launched a decentralized application portal in the same month. So the two firms announced in a statement today that the integration seeks to improve user experience and that Line mini app builders will benefit from Sonium's assistance, combining community building, strategic marketing, and IP collaboration. Guys, they're not in this to lose money. They're trying to grow their market share and evolve their business. And they recognize where this technology is going and that all roads point to blockchain. It points to it because, like I've been saying ad nauseum, the economy and the markets will run on blockchain, guys. As Larry Fink said, tokenization is the future of finance. Now, final news item here. South Korea prepares to unlock institutional crypto investment with new guidelines due in Q3. So you continue to see the global adoption, right? We talked about Russia's bank just earlier in the podcast, and they're opening up crypto trading. And you're just seeing countries around the globe putting out legislation, clear guidelines. They're not banning anything. They're embracing it. You know, they're going to tax it, of course. The government, the tax man, they need their cut, right? But they're treating it just like another asset class. And we are still in the early stages. So South Korea's top financial authority said it plans to issue crypto investment guidelines in the third quarter to lift the de facto ban on institutional investment in crypto. The country is also working to establish its second crypto regulatory framework with a focus on stablecoins. Same thing's happening in the United States. Other countries are doing the same thing. This is just incredible. And the majority of people, guys, out there are not paying attention. And many still think this is a fad. They think it's a scam. They think it's a Ponzi scheme because many just read headlines. Many people in general, people are scared of change, right? A new technology, it's like, oh no, it's the boogeyman. This is scary. It's going to change my life. But you got to learn to embrace the change because change is constant in life and look at how you can make money off of it. We live in the world, we got to participate. But if you just stick your head in the sand and you're not paying attention, it's going to pass you by and you're going to miss the opportunity. And I try to tell people to, do their research. Like, yes, you've read certain things in the headlines, but have you even read the Bitcoin white paper? Do you know how blockchain actually works? And many don't because they just saw something on TV. Jim Cramer said something, or, the New York Times wrote an article about this. And it's like, okay, that may be just an opinion piece. Have you taken 10 to 15 hours just to read up on it? Skip your Netflix and TV show and just educate yourself. Many have not. So I urge you guys to continue your journey to understand what's happening here. The easiest way I like to tell people is you have the internet, and the internet open up the ability to communicate and send information freely, right? And gain information freely with search engines and email and all these things, right? So that's already done. That's already solved in the way we communicate. But how do you move value and how do you transact without worrying about hacks and compromising of data and information? You need the blockchain. And this is where payments will be faster, efficient, and verifiable. You and I can conduct transactions with a contract and much more because of the blockchain, and not worrying about if we're going to scam each other, right? Should I trust Tony? Should I trust this guy? With the blockchain, you don't have to worry about that. Everything encrypted, real time, visible, traceable, all these things, borderless. So contracts, all these things, guys, will be running on blockchain, and a lot of middlemen will be cut out. But that's the nature of disruptive technology. So you're going to be using the technology in one way or the other. It's going to be running behind the scenes. But those who understand what the hell is happening here have the ability to participate and capture some of the gains from here, because you can hold the tokens. And never in the history of the world have you been able to do that. Even in the technological booms, you couldn't get private equity unless you were part of, the good old boys club and hedge funds and much more. The average Joe would go get the stock after the IPO. But how do you get it before it becomes a real thing and a real viable business? You couldn't. Now, hell, a blockchain that starts tomorrow, you can get the token. And you could be in any part of the world, and you don't have to have a minimum amount of money. Your starting point doesn't have to be 100,000. It could literally be $10 that you put into $10 into Bitcoin, $10 into Ethereum, $10 into XRP, and you're part of the network of those financial networks and part of the asset class, and you can grow your portfolio from there. So it's incredible, guys. It's incredible what's taking place. Anyway, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Guys, a great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you want to expand your crypto knowledge and learn as much as possible about what the hell is happening here, check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that covers every aspect of crypto and what makes it unique. No other course offers this. It has expert commentary. You will hear from founders, CEOs, innovators, institutional investors. They are explaining the different aspects of crypto to you. It has videos, full text write-up, downloadable materials as well. You pay a one-time fee, you get lifetime access, and you can share the login with your friends and family and go at your own pace, guys. So lots of value packed in here. I put some of my knowledge in here as well, having been in the market since 2016. So if you'd like to learn more, go to mycryptocourse.com. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.